السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي رب زدني علما اللهم يسر ولا تعسر اللهم لا سهل إلا ما جعلته سهلا وأنت تجعل الحزن إذا شئت سهلا. So, brothers and sisters, we were doing chapter number 3, and we uh, worked on vocabulary in our last class, last session. Today, because one of the sessions I could not record because of the low battery of my laptop, the session that was before the last session. So I will simply discuss the basic points in a summarized way, and then we'll move forward further, inshallah. So chapter 3 is about al-mudhakkar wal-mu'annath, means masculine and feminine gender. And as we know that in English there is masculine gender and feminine gender. So in Arabic there are masculine genders and masculine and feminine gender. But we have got some uh, extended concepts. Means this is more fussy than any other language. So what is the mudhakkar? Mudhakkar means we can understand mudhakkar that first of all a word that is masculine by its meaning, like rajulun man, boy, waladun boy, ibnun son, arisun bridegroom. So they we can understand from their meaning, okay. And the second category that we can understand the words they are masculine gender which do not end in any feminine suffix, means the last letter or letters of that word do not belong to feminine gender, like shari'un, baytun, kursiyun. These are the words, they are also counted into feminine gender. Oh, sorry, masculine gender, not feminine gender, masculine gender. In English, we know that there are three genders: masculine gender, feminine gender, and neutral gender. Neutral gender, like a table, a chair, a door, that is a neutral gender. Means that does not belong to either masculine or feminine gender. But in Arabic, we only have al-mudhakkar wal-mu'annathu. So when it comes to shari'un, baytun, a kursiyun, or babun, or any other word like that, either we count it into masculine gender or feminine gender. So we do not have a concept of neutral gender in Arabic. Then we discussed points about feminine gender. That was the first point of the feminine gender, that means noun that can be feminine by the meaning, even if does not have any suffix or the identification mark of a feminine gender. And we learned about the identification marks or the suffix that gives indication that this word is or belongs to feminine gender. So from the meaning we can understand, like Mariam, it's a name of a female. So there means even it does not end in any feminine suffix. We understand that is feminine. Zainabu, Haizun, Hamilun, or Arusun. So these are the words, they belong to feminine gender by meaning, because the word itself gives meaning, a sense of feminine gender. Then we discussed about some suffixes or the identification marks. Because in Arabic they are known as alamat. Okay. So say for example, the first alamat we learned about ta'i mudabbira or ta'i marbuta. They are both of, means this ta is known ta'i marbuta or ta'i mudabbira. Why we call it ta'i marbuta or mudabbira? Like ghurfatan. If we make a waqf on ghurfatun, it will be ghurafah. It will be changed into ha. Likewise, talibatun. If we have waqf, it will be talibah. Sa'atun. If we make waqf, it will be sa'ah. Fatimatu. If we make waqf, it will be Fatima. Mishkatun. If we make waqf, it will be Mishka. Muallimatun. Muallimatun. Muallimah. Like, so this is known as ta'i mudabbira or marbuta. It is one of the identification marks are the suffix that ends, means that the noun ends in the suffix. So we understand that is feminine gender. Likewise, we have got another means suffix or means identification marker, alamat, that is alif e maksura, like Nu'ma, Husna, Sugra, Salma. Then we've got al mamduda, because we call it mamduda because after alif there is hamza, so there's mad, like hasana'u, sahra'u, zahra'u. This is one of the identification marks or alamat, one of the alamat min alamat of means al muannath, feminine gender. Then the after means discussing these 4 points, we came to a fifth point, that there is a category, and we learned from that from Arabs that some words they belong to feminine gender, and there's no particular method or way to form feminine gender, but such asma, they are known as muannathun sama'iyun, means whatever we heard from Arabs. So on the basis of hearsay, we understand these words, they are under the category of feminine gender. So what were the categories? Number one category we learned, that was the first category, that the names of cities, countries, and tribes. And we have the example, like name of the city Makkah, right? Madinatu, Karatishi, Delhi, whatever the name. And the countries like Saudi, Pakistan, Misr, Hind, whatever. And the names of tribes like Quraysh. Okay. So these three categories belong to feminine gender. We'll treat them in sentences as feminine gender while making sentences or speaking, and we will be treating them under the category of feminine gender because we heard from Arabs. There's no particular method or way. And in them, second means category is the second point in mu'annafun sama'iyun, that the body parts which are the names of body parts which are in pairs, like ainun, eye, rijulun, that is leg, qadamun, foot, uthnun, ear. Such body parts which are in pairs, they also come under the category of feminine gender because we heard from Arabs. So that is what mu'annafun sama'iyun. Then now we are coming to the third category, the some elements of nature like samaun, sky, ardhun, ground or earth, shamsun, sun, rihun, wind, etc. Such words also fall under the category of mu'annafun sama'iyun because we heard from Arab saying or calling or saying that these words belong to feminine gender. Now we are coming to another list, like now these words are also feminine gender. That is a list of such words. Like if we talk about war, that is harbun. We talk about wine, that is khamar. We talk about any ship like fulkun. We talk about any name of hell, that is sakarun, or a knife sikkinun, or house darun, or a spider ankabutun, or a spring ainun. The first we learned about ain, that is eye, and the ain, that is spring, that is in mountains. Okay, and the other, that is fire, narun. These words also belong to feminine gender and under the category of mu'annafun sama'iyun. Now we are going to learn about some other words. Those words can be counted under the category of either masculine gender or feminine gender. Means we can treat them either masculine gender or feminine gender. If we treat them masculine gender, that will be correct. If we treat them feminine gender, that would be correct. Sometimes if we treat them like masculine gender, that will also be correct. If sometimes we treat them as feminine gender, that will also be correct, right? So what are those words? Means these words are exclusively given a status that they can either be used as masculine gender or feminine gender, like waladun, that is means a word given for country, like we in say English country, baladun. Nafsun, soul. Self, okay, nafsun, soul. Self, oneself, That is also what the word can be treated either as masculine or feminine gender. Ruhun, spirit. Yes, alunaka anir ruh. Allah says in Quran. So this ruh can either be treated as masculine or feminine gender. Halun, condition, status. Halun. Suqun, market, bazaar. Sabilun, tariqun, that is what? Path, way, road. Okay. Isbagun, finger. So these words can either be counted as masculine or feminine gender. I repeat, some of the words in Arabic language, either they can be treated as feminine gender or under the category of feminine gender or under the category of masculine gender. What are those words? Baladun, nafsun, ruhun, halun, suqun, sabilun, tariqun, isbaqun. Okay, now there are few words they end in feminine suffix like ta marbuta. What are those words? Like khalifatun, allamatun, da'iyatun, muawiyatun, or muawiyatu. Now such words we understand they end in feminine suffix, but because of their meaning, and that meaning belongs to masculine gender, so they are masculine gender. They are under the category of masculine gender, though these words end in feminine suffix. So these words are in front of you. There are some of the words like talhatu. Talha is the name of a means male. So how can it be counted under the category of feminine gender? So some words, even the end under the category means with feminine suffix, but they are counted under masculine gender. And those words are like talhatu, khalifatun, muawiyatu, da'iyatun, allamatun, likewise. Okay. Now, I also told you that wherever the word ends or whenever the word ends in ta mudawwira or ta marbuta, if in the case or in the event of waqf, that ta marbuta or mudawwira will be changed into ha. Like if we talk about muawiyatu, it will be muawiyah. Da'iyatun, da'iyah. Allamatun, allamah. Khalifatun, khalifa. Aishatu, aisha. Fatimatu, Fatima. Bin ibnatun, ibnah. Likewise. So any word that ends in feminine suffix, that is ta marbuta or mudawwira, in the case of al-waqf, has, when we put a stop, then that would be changed into ha. So these are the points we have completed. Now one more point. That's just, we have to remember that, and we'll do the exercise as well. If any word that is a masculine gender and it is on the scale of af'alu, scale, that is what mizan, okay, that is weight, af'alu. What this is mizan, and the words can be like abyazu, ahmaru, asmaru, a'raju, akhdaru, asfaru, aswadu, azraqu, ahmaqu. All of these words, they are on the scale of af'alu, abyazu, ahmaru, asmaru, a'raju, akhdaru, asfaru, aswadu, azraqu, ahmaqu. They are masculine gender. Now, if any word that comes on this scale, what is that scale? Af'alu. On the scale of af'alu. Now, its feminine would be on the scale of fa'ala'u. Fa'ala'u, like bayda'u, baya, bay. Fa'in fa'. So bayda'u, hamra'u, samra'u, arja'u, خضراء صفراء سوداء زرقاء حمقاء. So we have to understand and memorize and remember this. If there is any masculine gender and that is on the scale of af'alu, on the wazn of af'alu, on the weightage of af'alu, Such words feminine would be on the scale of فعلاء, بيضاء, حمراء, سمراء, أرجاء, خضراء, صفراء, سوداء, زرقاء, حمقاء. I hope you understand. Any questions? Okay, Brother Bashir, I will inshallah answer your question of salawat. When salawat ends, and if your question is if it ends, because it is ends in time mudawwira. And in the case of waqf, it is salah, okay? And it's jama is salawat. Salatun, salatani, salawatun. We'll learn that and how the plural is made. We'll also discuss the plural as well. But salawat, it does not end in time mudabbara. The salawat, even in the waqf, it will be salawat, right? We are talking about any wahid mu'annath, okay, at the moment. So shall we proceed further? No questions? Okay. Yes, dear Shazib, the sign is that means how can I understand that they are feminine gender? First of all, I will repeat my words like al-ilmu bit-tadhakkuri. Then whoever seeks knowledge, that is by memorization and by practice. Memorization practice. Like we understand that some words end without any feminine suffix like Zainab, Maryam. But from the meaning of the word, and we understand that belongs to a female. So that is feminine gender, simple as this. Number two, we have identification marks. What are those identification marks? Like Tai Mudawwira, Tai Marbuta. Okay. Then Alif Maksura, Salma, Nu'ma, Sughra. Then Alif Mamduda, Sahrao, Zahrao, Hamurao, right? Now we understand if such identification marks appear, we will treat them as feminine gender. And we have to remember those osan, like because afalu, abiyazu, baizao, fa'alau, hamarau, samarau. So we need to memorize these, and we also need to, that is known as ijra. Find out these words from Arabic text, from Quran, from Hadith, from any Arabic book, right? And likewise, mu'annafun sama'iyun, like we understood, we will learn the point number one, the names of cities, countries, tribes. That is definite. Some other names like any body part that is in pairs, that will be feminine gender. Some parts of, means elements of nature, sama'un, rihun, okay? Then other words, khamrun, harbun, etc., etc. They are also for feminine gender. And some word they even they end in time mudabbira or marbuta, but because they by meaning they are not muannas, so they are treated as masculine gender. And in muannasun sama'iyun, like because when we talk about all these rules were framed once Ajam people, Ajamiyun, Ajam started entering Islam. Those were who were non-Arabs. So that's why then the scholars they thought that we should frame some rules, otherwise this original Arabic will be lost. So and for the teaching of those people as well, and to keep the Islamic literature in Arabic language, and because that is the language of the Quran. So by the passage of time, as we move forward, we will be discussing more things. But the thing over here you need to memorize and remember and try to identify these through these identification marks. Okay, I hope I have answered your question. Just a minute. Okay. So moving forward, there is another way to form a feminine gender from masculine gender. Like there is a word ibnun, malikun, hasanun. Now, if they are not on the scale of af'alu, what should be done? Because we learned about if then any word that comes on the scale of af'alu, that will be fa'alau, sawdau, hamarau, etc., etc. Now, such words can be made, means from them, feminine gender can be formed by adding ta mudabbara at the end of the word. Like ibnun, if we add ta mudabbara, it will be ibnatun. If there is word malikun, king, if we add ta mudabbara, malikatun, that becomes queen. And ibnun, son. And ibnatun, daughter. Hasanun, handsome. Hasanatun, beautiful. Right? Hasanun, Hasanatun. Because we add ta mudavra, that becomes feminine gender. And now you'll be having exercise as well. That exercise will give you opportunity and chance to make feminine genders from the given way by adding ta mudavra, or if there are words they're on the scale of af'alu, then they are going to be formed uh, by bringing them on the scale of fa'alau. Okay. So now we are going towards exercises. So the first exercise, that is these words you're going to make feminine gender from masculine. Nahifun. So we will add ta mudabbira. Nahifatun. Ghabiyun. Ghabiyatun. Nadhifun. Nadhifatun. Munafiqun. Munafiqatun. Muallimun. Muallimatun. So with all of them, you're going to add ta mudabbira. So I hope that you will form feminine gender. Only 78 words are over there for you. This is exercise. Okay. Then exercise number 2. You've got murakkab. Yes, brother Bashir. Go ahead.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
I'm a little bit confused on ta mudabbirat and ta marubut. Is there any difference in the writing, or they are defined according to the function in the sentence or in the word?
Ta mudabbira and ta marbut are same. Two different names of one thing.
Okay, and what is giving them the difference in naming that is?
No, but there's no difference in naming them. Some people say ta mudabbira and some people say ta marbuta. So no issues in that.
Okay, fine, thank you. I thought there's some difference.
No issues. No issues in that. Okay.
All right, thanks.
Okay, now this exercise will give you more variety for understanding the usage. How? Like now you've got like sentences. Al-abbu karimun. Al-ab, that is what? Masculine. Karimun is also masculine. To make it feminine, will be changed into al-ummu karimatun. Al-waladu tayyibun. Al-bintu tayyibatun. Al-rajulu sadiqun. Al-mar'atu sadiqatun. Al-waladu zakiyyun. Al-bintu zakiyyatun. Al-mumarrizu nashitun. Al-mumarrizatu nashitatun. So you have to change these sentences from masculine to feminine gender. And the third exercise, sorry, I will not give you more than that. Now, ashamsu. Okay. You have to make feminine on the scales of fa'ala, like al-bintu bayda'u, because abyazu. Now, ashamsu safra'u. Al-ainu from aswadu sawda'u. As-samau azraqu from afalu zarqa'u. Al-hadiqatu akhdaru khadra'u. So you will have to make the words given in brackets feminine to complete the sentence. I hope you'll do that. I'm giving you only 3 exercises, not more than that. And yes, very important thing. You completed 3 word lists or 3 pages from this word list. So I would ask you to complete the 4th from mudarrisun, mudarrisuna, then the 5th page, that is jadidun, judadun, and the 7th page, dhalimun, dhalimuna, and the 8th, no, was okay, 7th page. That's it. 4, 5, 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. First you did 1, 2, 3. So how many exercises? I go back to the exercises, 3 exercises. The first exercise, that these words you're going to change them into feminine gender, like nahifun, the ta mudabbira, nahifatun, radiyun, radiyatun, qasirun, qasiratun, muhandisun, muhandisatun, right? These are 78 words. Then these are the sentences, and the second word of the sentences means first and second. You are going to change them into masculine, feminine gender. Al waladu zakiyun, al bintu zakiyatun. Al mumarrizu nashitun, al mumarrizatu nashitatun. Al jaddu marizun, al jaddatu marizatun. Right? And the third exercise I gave you, that now because you have to form feminine gender on the scales of fa'alau, because the words are on the in the bracket, they're on the scales of af'alu, like asfaru, aswadu. So there will be asfaru, safarau, aswadu, saudau. So these 3 exercises and 4 pages from vocabulary. Till Thursday, you have to complete it, inshallah. Is that okay?
Yes, sir, inshallah.
Very good. So brothers, inshallah, try to, if you have some time, try to do that work on your book, means copies, notebooks. That will also be your record, that in future, if you are going to teach someone, you will be having compiled notes for you. Yes, brother Bashir.
Yeah, on the changing of the, is it a masculine word to feminine exercise?
Yes.
I've heard your pronunciation of the words. According to my opinion, is it a must that the word that is coming before, is it that a haraka that's coming before ta'u marbud, must it host fataha?
Brother, we respect your opinion, but at the moment, don't give your mind more exercise. Focus on it. Inshallah, we'll be discussing these things in coming sessions. Don't worry about that. Everything will be there, bit by bit.
Okay.
Right?
All right, inshallah. Okay, inshallah.
Okay. So, inshallah, see you then on Thursday. 3 exercises and 4 vocabulary lists. Okay. May Allah Almighty make it easy for all of us, and may Allah Almighty make us consistent, and may Allah Almighty be pleased with us. So with these words, inshallah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.